Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. On August 12th, 2016, it was reported that former NFL star Darren Sharper was sentenced to 18 years in prison for raping women in multiple states. Then, yesterday, August 25th, 13 days after the first sentence, he got an additional 20 years slapped on for other rapes in Louisiana. And what I want to talk about in this video is how professional athletes are used in the mainstream media to reinforce cultural stereotypes. So often, when professional athletes are in their off season or shortly after they retire, we read negative headlines about them, from domestic abuse to selling drugs to raping women. And in our culture, many people have been conditioned to think that black men are dangerous. They're sexual predators, they're gangsters, they're violent, they're drug dealers. And by using these professional athletes to reinforce these stereotypes, it really makes, the narrative more believed by the people who are duped by it. The people who run our media, who control these sports leagues, who own these athletes and pay them millions, they are the Zionist banker tyrants who run the banks, who run the media, who run our government, and control this world with the programming that we receive through the TV, through our government, through our education. What I want to talk about is the proof behind what I'm saying, that these are scripted stories, and for whatever reason, these athletes are agreeing. Has Darren Sharper really raped someone? Perhaps he has. Has he done something else? Perhaps he has. Perhaps there's something bad that he's done, and he's even in a way blackmailed even to having to go along with these stories. It's hard for me to say exactly how they get these athletes to do it. It could also be that they just bribe them. They pay them, they give them some incentive. There's many different things that could be going on, but what I want to show you is how these stories are created by the numbers. Darren Sharper's birthday is November 3rd, 11/3, an interesting birthday. If you're new to my channel, I talk about the language of gematria. The word mainstream equals 113. The word dishonest equals 113. Green screen equals 113. Bava Kama 113a from the Talmud says it's okay for someone who's Jewish to lie to somebody who isn't Jewish. 113, November 3rd. From the day he was sentenced until his upcoming birthday is 83 days. He's a former football player. Football equals 83. So does rapist. And whenever these stories are created, there's always relevant numbers from the birthday to the date of the event. He gets sentenced to 18 years as a rapist 83 days before his birthday. And there's more. So often when these men are chosen to do what they're going to do, professional athlete, actor, politician, they are born with numbers that are significant to Freemasonry. Some of those very significant numbers are the numbers of revelation and prophecy, as well as people who have 33 names, 33 birth numerology. Notice that Darren and his middle name, Mallory or Mallory, however he says it, gematria of 33. His last name, Sharper, gematria of 49, the number of revelation. And his full name, 106, the number of prophecy. That is a loaded name in terms of what this gang recognizes, appreciates, codes. His middle name in simple English gematria sums to 96. His first name has the same gematria for the most hateful word for black people. Sharper in simple English gematria also sums to 85, just like National Football League. The next time you watch Jerry Maguire, notice how the main character wears the number 85, and his name's Tidwell. Do Tidwell in gematria. Watch my how-to gematria video, then do the name Tidwell. I bet you can guess what it adds up to. His date of birth, what's most interesting about it is just that it falls on November 3rd. He played in Super Bowl 44, won by the Saints, the only Super Bowl ever won by the franchise. They defeated the Indianapolis Colts that year. Peyton Manning, the quarterback. Who was Peyton Manning's father? Archie Manning, who played for the Saints that never won anything. And it's not a coincidence, it's because the entire league is scripted. The day this news came out about him being sentenced, it didn't come out the day of the case. It was big news on August 18th. about the August 12th conviction, the 18-year prison sentence. The day they brought out the news, August 18th, 2016, was a date with 42 numerology. That's also the number that Sharper wore with his Super Bowl winning team. I think he wore that with Minnesota, where he went afterwards, too. 42 is one of these numbers they stamp on black people in a negative way again and again. You know, this news story on a date with 42 numerology, in a nation where people have been conditioned to think that black people are dangerous sexual predators. That date can also be written 18/8, a lot like 188, the number of the Bavarian Illuminati, established just before the American Revolution, credited with the French Revolution. You know, Thomas Jefferson was over in France, came back, became the third president, Louisiana Purchase, where the Saints now are. Anyhow, Darren Sharper got an additional 20 years in Louisiana to go with his 18. That's a sum of 38, the reflection of 83 for rapist in football. Louisiana in gematria also sums to 38. From Ray Rice, you know, to all the other athletes, Adrian Peterson, all of these athletes we've heard about in recent years, so many more. They're just not coming to my mind right now. I have videos on so many of them. It's always this same way. Stories contrived by the numbers again and again. It's way beyond coincidence. I wish one of us could reach Darren Sharper and ask him what's really up. Tell us the truth, Darren. All right, until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore Truth Seeker. Just noticed a big one for why Sharper might have been chosen for rape. Check this out. Sharper and rape share gematria of 40. Darren Sharper going to prison for rape by the numbers, and what I imagine is he's definitely not going to prison at all. I have a feeling a lot of these guys over the years, Michael Vick included, haven't spent a day in prison. They've just been, you know, out of the public eye. Until next time, Truth Seeker.